Hey guys, welcome to a new video of CSAT with Jason. So in this video, we'll be talking about the topic coding and decoding. So when it comes to coding and decoding, it is one of the most rewarding topics of CSAT, and UPSC has been asking consistently from this topic. So if you know some tricks and if you do some questions, then you will be able to crack the questions from coding and decoding. So in this video, I'll be giving you some tricks and tips in order for you to solve the questions from coding and decoding, and also we'll be doing some previous year questions. And when it comes to coding and decoding, there are certain types of questions which are being repeatedly asked, so we'll be doing different types of questions as well. So let us move on with the video. So firstly, let us look into what is actually coding and decoding. Some of you might be having confusion on how the questions from coding and decoding comes. So there are actually, as I already told, there are different types of questions from coding and decoding. So we'll be detailing about it through some examples later. So firstly, I'll give you an example for you to understand what kind of questions, what type of questions are coming from coding and decoding. So from coding and decoding, you will be getting questions like, if for example, if you are getting a question like if ABC is equal to 123, then what is DEF? Something like that. So what is mean by coding and decoding is that you will be given something, you will be given a code. So here the ABC is coded to 123. Somehow there is some connection between ABC and 123. That means ABC is being coded to 123. So we need to decode it. We need to decode how ABC is being coded to 123, and using that, and by decoding it, we need to apply that coding into the question. So we need to find what is DEF. So we need to find the code of DEF. So that's why this type of questions are being called as coding and decoding, because you will be given a code, you will be given something, from that you need to decode how the coding is being done. So by finding out how the coding is being done, then you need to apply that coding into the question asked. So these kinds of questions are coming from coding and decoding. So let's see what are the common type of codings first before moving on to the questions. So the most common type of coding that is being asked in the questions across different exams is the coding of alphabets with numbers. You know that there are 26 letters in the English alphabet, right? So in the first letter A will be coded with 1, second letter B will be coded with 2, and so on. Final letter Z, which is the 26th letter in the English alphabet, will be coded with 26. This is the most common type of coding that is being seen in the questions from coding and decoding. And one thing that you need to remember is that in some of the questions from coding and decoding, how the coding is being done will be mentioned in the question itself. For example, the question can say like A is coded with 1, B is coded with 2, C is coded with 3, and so on. And then what is then you can give something. So in that type of questions, the coding is already, how the coding is done is already mentioned in the questions. So in that type of questions, you don't need to decode, you don't need to find out how the coding is being done. Okay, but in some of the questions you need to find out. For example, if you are given a question like ABC is equal to 6, okay, DEF is equal to 15, then what is HIJ? So you got a question like this. So as I already mentioned, that the most common type of coding is A with 1, B with 2, etc. So just apply it, we'll see. So A, you know that A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, right? So 1 plus 2 plus 3 will be 6. Then D is 4, E is 5, and F is 6. 4 plus 5 plus 6 is 9 plus 6, 15. So this is how the coding is being. So you now decoded how the coding is done. So you know that H is, so you need to find Hij. So you know that H is 8, I is 9, and J is 10, right? So 8 plus 9 plus 10 is, 8 plus 9 is 17, 17 plus 10 is 20, so 27. So the answer will be 27. So this is how the coding is done. So this is how the questions will come. And another type of coding will be like A can be coded with 26. So in the reverse order, it can be like in the reverse order as well. But if that kind of coding is being given, sometimes in the question itself it will be given like A is coded with 26, B is coded with 25, etc. Okay, so that kind of coding can also be done. Z is coded with 1. So in the reverse order also the coding can be done. So some of you might be thinking like, okay, so A is coded with 1. So this is the most common type of codings. But how can you remember what number? You know that A is 1, B is 2, because these are the first letters of the English alphabet. So it's easy. But when it comes to middle or the end, you will be confused to see what is the code. So I'll give you a simple trick for that. Just remember EJOTY. Okay. So E is the 5th letter in the English alphabet. J is the 10th letter in the English alphabet. O is the 15th letter in the English alphabet. T is the 20th letter in the English alphabet. Y is the 25th letter in the English alphabet. So if you remember EJOTY, you can say that E is 5th, J is 10, O is 15, T is 20, Y is 25 easily. Okay, you don't need to write all the numbers, write all the alphabets and find it out. So if I ask you what is U, what is the if you need to find out the number corresponding to U, you know that U comes after T, and from EJOTY you know that T is 20, right? So then U will be 21. So in this way you can easily find out the code for the English alphabet if you remember EJOTY. Now let's see another common type of coding, which is coding alphabets in the reverse. So here alphabets are coded with other alphabets itself. Okay, so here, but in the reverse order. For example, A, which is the first letter in the English alphabet, is coded with Z, which is the last letter in the English alphabet. B, which is the second letter in the English alphabet, is coded with the 25th letter in the English alphabet, which is Y. So in this way the coding is being done. So in order for you to remember this coding easily, just take some words. For example, if you can remember the word man, just remember that M is coded with N, right? M is coded with N. If you can remember the word lotto, L is coded with O. L is coded with O, right? If you can remember the word higher secondary, okay, then H is coded with S, right? Now, if you can remember the word great, G is coded with T. So in this way, you can form your own words. You can form your own words and remember. So why I am asking you to remember, like you don't need to remember all the words or all the codings in this reverse order. Just remember 4 or 5. So here I have given you 4 words. If you can remember just these 4 words, that's enough. Okay, you can decode it. For example, if you are given a question like, if I L M is equal to R O N, then what is D K M? Okay, you are given a question like this. So here in this question, how the coding is being done is not given. So you need to decode it. You need to find out how the coding is being done. Okay, so here if you see, you can take like I corresponds to R, L corresponds to O, M corresponds to N, right? So if you remember these words, you can understand that M and N are coded in the reverse order, right? You know man, the word man, right? Then here L is coded with O. You know that, you know the word, if you know the word lotto, you know that L is coded with O. So in this way you can decode it easily. You understand that here the coding is being done in the reverse order. Alphabets are coded in the reverse order. So once you understand that, then you can find out what DKM is, right? So you know that D will be coded with W, K is coded with P, and M is coded with N. So answer will be WPN. Okay, so in this way, in order to understand how the coding is being done, remembering these words are actually very important. So that's why I have told you that just remember these 4 words, 4 or 5 words, and if you want, you can make your own words as well using this table. Now I have only given you 3 types of coding, that is alphabets coded with numbers. In that itself I have given you 2 types of coding. if A is coded with 1 or A can be coded with 26. So there are two type of coding. Now also I have given you the coding like alphabets in the reverse order. But these are not just the coding that is being asked in the question. There can be different kinds of coding. So first you need to decode it according to the question. I have given you just some examples of or some of the common type of coding. So now we'll be doing some questions, we'll be doing some UPSC previous year questions, and we'll be doing some practice questions as well in order for you to understand different types of questions that is being asked. So there you will be finding different types of codings as well. So let us move on with the questions. So let's take the first question. If the order of letters in the English alphabet is reversed and each letter represents the letter whose position it occupies, then which of the following represents Lucknow? So in this question, how the coding is being done is already given in the question itself. So this is a UPSC 2022 question. Okay, so how the coding is being done is given in the question itself. So here the alphabets are coded with alphabets in the reverse order. Okay, so here what you need to do is that we need to find what Lucknow stands now. Okay, and you know some words, you know lotto, you know great, you know man, so you know some words. Okay, so from using these words you know that L is O, right? Then you know that N is M and O will be L. We only know these things from those words. But if you see the options, the first itself in all of the options, the first letter is O. So there is no use for if even if you know the word lotto, there is no use in this question. And if you see this N, in place of N, all the options have M. And in place of O, all the options has L. So even if you know those words, you cannot eliminate any of the questions. But here you have a trick. I'll tell you that. So here, just write the first 6 letters. Okay, A, B, C, D, E, F. Then it will be coded with U, V, W, X, Y, and Z. Right? So just write these letters. And if you see the letters here, in the second one is U, right? So U will be coded with F if the alphabets are written in the reverse order. So you know that U is F. So you can eliminate these two options because here U is corresponding to G. U should be corresponding to F. So either C or D is the answer. So by just looking into one letter, I have eliminated 2 words. You don't need to look into all other letters here. Just look into U here. Okay. Now if you see these 2 options, the last letter is different. So here last letter is W and W corresponds to D. Okay. So you can eliminate option C as well. So answer will be D. Option D will be the right answer. So what we have done here is that you don't need to check you don't need to find out the letters coded to all of the letters in the word Lucknow. You don't need to look into L or C or K or N or W. We have just looked into the letters that coded with only U and W. Then we find out the answer. So in this way you need to approach this type of question. You need to eliminate the options which is wrong. So in that way you can find out the answer very easily. Okay. So now let's see the next question. In the English alphabet, the first 4 letters are written in opposite order. Then the next 4 letters are written in opposite order and so on. At the end, Y and Z are interchanged. Then which will be the 4th letter to the right of the 13th letter? Okay. So here what have they given? First 4 letters are written in opposite order. That means A, B, C, D. It will be like this. First 4 letters written in opposite order. Then the next 4 letters are written in opposite order. Right? Then that is E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T. So in this way the letters are going. So I have stopped there. Now which will be the 4th letter to the right of the 13th letter? So we need to find out which is the 13th letter here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So P is the 13th letter. So the question has asked which will be the 4th letter to the right of the 13th letter. So this is the 13th letter P. So 4th letter to the right of P is 1, 2, 3 and 4. So the answer is T. Okay. So let's see the next question. This is a question from UPSC 2021. So in a code language, mathematics is written as LBSIDNZUHDR. Then how is chemistry written in that language? So first we need to decode how the coding is being done. So here it is given mathematics. Okay, mathematics is coded with LBSIDNZUHD and R. So here we know that M is, so by looking into this one, you need to find out how this is being coded. Okay, that is your first step. So here you know that B comes after A, right? So A after A, B will come, that you know. And when it comes to M and L, I, J, K, L, M. So after L, M will come. Then Q, R, S, T. After S, T is coming. Then H, I. After H, I is coming. So we got the coding, right? So in the first letter, it's in the reverse order. That is after L, M is coming. Second, after A, B is coming. Third, after S, T is coming. Fourth, after H, I is coming. Fifth, after D, E is coming. So in this way, the coding is being going. So now we need to find out what chemistry stands for. So here in this question, coding hasn't been given. In the previous two questions, it has been given how the coding is being done, right? So here, how the coding is being done is not given. So first you need to find out how the coding is being done. So we found out how the coding is being done. So we decoded it. Now we need to find the code for chemistry. So we know that first letter, this way it's being done. So it will be B, right? Because after B, C is coming. Then second letter will be after H, I will come, right? Then after D, E will come. After M, it will be J, K, L, M, N, right? So N is coming. So BIDN is the first four letters. Just check the options. So we can eliminate this option. We can eliminate this option. So we know that first four letters are BIDN. This is BIDN. So we can eliminate this as well. So option B is the right answer. You don't need to do you don't need to find out all the letters corresponding to chemistry. If you find out the first four letters itself, you will get the answer. Okay. Now let's look into a UPSC question from 2020. The letters from A to Z are numbered from 1 to 26 respectively. So how the coding is being done is given in the question itself. Okay. If GHI is 1578 and DEF is 912, then what is ABC? So since the given letters are GHI and DEF are through the initial part of it is in the initial part of the English alphabets, right? So you don't need to use EJOTY. You just write down those letters. Okay. So that is A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. Okay. A will be 1, B 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So here D, E, F is 4, 5, 6. So D, E, F is actually 4, 5, 6 and G, H, I is 7, 8, 9. But it's given that D, F is 912 and G, H, I is 1578. So now you need to find out a relationship between 456 and 912. Also you need to find a relationship between 789 and 1578. So if you see, if you multiply 456 with 2, you will get 912. If you multiply 789 with 2, you will get 1578. So ABC, the code for ABC will be here, from here it's 1, 2, 3, but you need to multiply this with 2. So our answer will be 246. So the answer is D, 246. So now let's move on to a different question. This is from UPSC 2019. If every alternate letter of the English alphabet from B onwards, including B, is written in lowercase and remaining letters are capitalized, then how the first month of the second half of year written? So first month of the second half is July, right? So how it is being written? So here it's given that A is in capital letter, right? Then B will be in small letter. Then C will be in capital letter. T will be in small letter. E will be capital letter. F is in small letter. So one way to do this is just write all the letters, okay? Like E, F, G, H, I, then J, then K will be capital, L small, then M capital, N, O, P, then Q, R, S, T. So in this way you can write all the letters and find it out. Okay, ST, then U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So in this way it will come. So what will be the answer? J is in small letter, right? So you can eliminate this one. Then U will be capital. So all are capital. Then L will be in small letter. So you can eliminate this one. Then Y will be in capital. So you can eliminate this one. So D is the correct answer. You can do like this. Or another way in doing this is, for example, you don't want to write all these things, okay? So this is going like this: A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, etc. A is in capital letter, B is in small letter, etc. So here what you can see is that A is the first letter, C is the third letter. So odd letters are capitalized. I mean the letters corresponding to odd numbers are capitalized, right? Then even will be small letters or lowercase letters. So we know EJOTY, right? We know EJOTY. So we have in July there is J is there, right? So J is, this is 5th letter, this is 10th letter. So that means 10th means it is even. So J will be small. Okay, so you can eliminate this one. Then you have Y here. In July you have Y, right? So Y is the 25th letter. We know that Y is the 25th letter if you know EJOTY. So Y is the 25th letter. That means it is an odd one. So it will be in capital. So these in option B and C, Y is in small letter. So you can eliminate option B and C. So option D is the right answer. So in this way, if you remember EJOTY, you can solve it very easily. If you know J is the 10th letter and Y is the 25th letter, from that you can find out the answer. So in this way also you can do this, approach this question. Okay. Now let us look into a different kind of question. This is not from any UPSC previous year question. So these kind of questions are actually common and it can be asked in different exams as well. So let's see the question. How many such pairs of letters are there in the word corporate which have as many letters between them in the word as there are in the English alphabet between the same letters? So first you need to understand this question. So the question is asked like, how many pairs of letters are there in the word corporate such that there are the same number of letters between them in this word corporate as well as there are between them in the English alphabet. So I will explain to you by taking an example here. So first just let us take the pair C and O. So just take C and R. So in between C and R, in this word there is one letter which is O, right? There is the letter O in between C and R. But in English alphabet between C and R there are many letters. There is more than one letter. So it's not a pair. And also if you take O and P, I'm giving you example. If you take P and O or O and P, it can be in any order, right? So in between O and P, here there are no letters. There is 0 letters between O and P. And in case of English alphabet also, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P. There are no letters in between O and P in English alphabet as well. So O and P is a pair, okay, in this question. So this is how you need to find it out. And you don't need to check each of the pair. There is an easy trick for that. So I will give you that trick. So just write the word corporate first. Okay. Just write the word corporate. Now write 1, 2, 3, 4 in the order under them. Okay. Now you have to write the letters corresponding to the number corresponding to each of these letters in the English alphabet. For example, we can take EJOTY here. So we know that E is the 5th letter, J is 10th, O is 15th, T is 20th and Y is 25th. Okay, so here there is an E here, right? So E is the 5th letter, so I am writing 5 here. There is a T here, so T is the 20th letter, so I am writing 20 here. Okay, now you have O here. O is the 15th letter, right? So I am writing 15 here and there is O here also, I am writing 15. And you know A is 1. So I am writing 1 here. You know C is 3. I am writing 3 here because A, B, C. C is the third letter. Okay. Then after O, P is coming. So P will be 16th because O is 15, then P will be 16th. Now after P, Q is coming, Q is 17 and R is 18. So just write 18 below R. So what we have written is, we have written in this first line, we have in this first row, we have written the letters corresponding to the numbers corresponding to each letter in the word corporate. And in the second row, we have written the numbers corresponding to each letters in English alphabet. Okay, so we have done like that. Now you need to take different pairs. What you need to do is just take this pair C and O. Okay, first take the pair C and O. So in bit, just take the difference in this first row. 2 minus 1 is 1. And just take the difference in the second row. 15 minus 3 is 12. So 1 is not equal to 12. So C and O is not a pair. So in this way you need to check. And there is also an easy way to check here. We know that if you take this pair, if you take this pair, if you take this pair, if you take the pairs like this, the difference in the first row will be 2 minus 1, 1, 3 minus 2, 1, 4 minus 3, 1. So difference will always be 1, right? If you take the adjacent pairs, the difference will always be 1. So just check in the second row if the adjacent, the difference between the adjacent numbers is 1. So 15 minus 3 is 12, not 1. 18 minus 15 is 3, not 1. 18 minus 16 is 2, not 1. You can take in any order, okay? You can write here 18 is the biggest one if you take these two pairs. So that's why I am taking 18 minus 16. So you will get 2. 16 minus 15 is 1. So you got 1 here. So here also 5 minus 4 is 1. So that is correct. So P and O is a pair. So P and O is a pair. Now 18 minus 15 is 3. 18 minus 1 is 17. 20 minus 1 is 19. 20 minus 5 is 15. So that's done. Now you take pairs like C and R. Okay. If you take like that, 1 minus 3 is 2. So the difference, sorry, 3 minus 1 is 2. The difference should be 2. So take in the second row, take like this, 3 and 18. Difference is 15, not 2. 15 and 16, difference is 1, not 2. 18 and 15, difference is 3, not 2. 16 and 18, difference is 2. So that is a pair. This P and R is a pair. Okay, P and R is a pair. So we got the second pair as P and R. Now 15 minus 1 is 14, not 2. 18 minus 20 is 2. Okay, sorry, 20 minus 18 is 2. You can take in any order. So R and T is also a pair. So we got 3 pairs now. Now 1 minus 5 minus 1 is 4. So not a pair. Okay. So now you need to take C and P. Okay. So here 4 minus 1 is 3. So difference should be 3. So first you need to take 3 and 16. Difference is 13. So not a pair. 15 and 15. The difference is 0, not 3. 18 and 18. Difference is 0, not 3. 16 and 1. Difference is 15, not 3. 15 and 20. Difference is 5, not 3. 18 and 5. Difference is 13, not 3. So that's it. We don't have any pair. Okay. Now take C and O. So that is 3 letters are between them. 5 minus 1, 4 should come. So 3 minus 15 minus 3 is 11, not 4. 15 minus 18 is 3, not 4. 18 minus 1 is 17, not 4. 20 minus 16 is 4. So that is also a pair. This P and this T is a pair. So P and T. So we got 4 pairs. So 4 is the largest number in the option. So we can stop here. So option D is the right answer. So these type of question you need to approach in this way. So this will take some, if the word is little bigger, this is going to take some time. But if you have the time, you can approach this question and do it in this way. So this way is actually a easier trick for you to do the question. Okay. So now let us look into a different model question. In a certain code language, pen is not pencil is written as ka, na, hi, ma. Very expensive pen is written as mo, na, la. Not expensive is written as sma, la. And pencil is, then how is pencil is not expensive written as? So in these type of questions, what you need to know is, then pen is not pencil is written as ka, na, hi, ma. It doesn't mean that pen corresponds to k, is corresponds to na, not corresponds to, it's not like that. It can be any letters. Okay. So pen is not pencil corresponds to ka, na, he, ma. Then very expensive pen corresponds to mo, na, la. Okay, so here if you take these two words, or if these two sentences, you can see that pen is a common word here. Pen is here. It's the only common word in these two sentences. Okay, so that means if you take the common word here, it will be pen. So here, what is the common word? Na is the common word here. Okay, so that means pen corresponds to na. So we got pen corresponds to na. Now our last one is not expensive. Not expensive is mala. Okay, mala. So if what you need to find, okay, here not expensive is mala. So from here and here we know that expensive is the common word, right? Here expensive is there, here expensive is there. So expensive is the common word. So if you check this one and this one, la is the common word. So that means expensive corresponds to la. So if expensive corresponds to la, not corresponds to ma. So not corresponds to ma. Okay, so you know that not is ma. So we know that pen is na and not is ma. So the remaining is pencil. So is pencil corresponds to ka and he, right? So ka and he together corresponds to is pencil. So what we need to find out? Pencil is not expensive. We know that pencil and is together is ka and he. We got it, right? Then not corresponds to ma. So I am writing ma. Expensive corresponds to la. So I am writing la. So the answer should contains ka, he, ma and la. So ka, he, ma and la. So option A is the correct answer. So let's look into one more question. Find the missing term at the rate. If MATH corresponds to NZGS, then BARK corresponds to at the rate. We need to find this at the rate. So first we have to decode here. We need to see how the coding is being done. Here it is given that MATH corresponds to NZGS. Okay, so we need to find how the coding is being done here. So here if you take M corresponds to N, we know the word man, right? I have already said that you need to remember some words in order to find out the reverse alphabetical coding. So we know the word man, that means M and N are reverse alphabets. Okay, if in that type of coding, if the alphabets are taken in reverse and then coded with each other, then M corresponds to N. So we understood M and N are coded in that way. And we know that A is the first letter in the English alphabet and Z is the last letter. That means here also A to Z is the reverse coding. Then T and G, I have already told you the word great. That means G and T are coded in the reverse order. Okay. Then H and S, I have already told you the word higher secondary. Right. So H and S are coded again in the reverse alphabetical order. Okay. So we understood how the coding is being done. So now we need to see how bark will be coded. Okay. So we know that A will be coded to Z, right? Okay, B will be coded to Y, right? So we need to find out how R and K are coded. Okay, so for that, or you can actually, you don't need to do it because we understood that Y and Z are the first two letters. There is only one option with Y and Z coming in the first letters. So option A is the right answer. Okay. So guys, thank you so much. So if you like this video, please do subscribe, share and support. Please share this video with your friends so that it will help them also in their preparations. And also I have a Telegram channel. So if you want to join that Telegram channel for more support and daily questions, you can join it. I'll be posting the link in the description box as well. So again, thank you guys. I'll be coming up with a different lecture in the upcoming days.